All right, guys, I've got a story that comes out of San Bernardino County for all of you this afternoon. If you think that you're safe here in America and that you can live free as an American, think again. Here in Victorville, California, Victorville man Jimmy Williams III is not Jimmy Antonio Williams Jr., but in mistaken identity, he's been arrested multiple times, being falsely ID'd by the San Bernardino County Sheriff deputies as Jimmy Williams Jr. Williams III also shares a birthday, including the same year with Williams Jr. Williams Jr. has a long rap sheet and is currently wanted on a bench warrant, while Williams III has never been in trouble with the law. But he has been arrested. He was in 2006 and again in 2009 on mistaken identity. He also claims that he's had multiple encounters with law enforcement, trying to explain to them, I'm not Williams Jr., I'm Jimmy Williams III. Williams III says, I've had to be drawn out of my car, had felony stops, been with my kids at gunpoint. It's been a real inconvenience to me. It happened again this week, the week of June 25th. This past week, deputies responded to the home of Williams III, responding to a silent burglary alarm. His encounter was fine until they asked for his ID. Williams III says he tried to explain about Williams Jr. and that this has happened before and that he's not the one. He also told them that he had surgery, just recently underwent surgery for an injured shoulder, but they still handcuffed his hands behind his back, which was very painful to him, having had shoulder surgery. Well, that's because they don't care. They just want to get what they want to get. And I don't mean to knock anybody in law enforcement, but hey, if somebody says I have an injured shoulder, take that into consideration. Don't be a son of a bitch and say, so what? What if your shoulder was hurt like that? You like people to treat you like that? Then you don't treat other people like that, law enforcement. So, but apparently he was telling them he had an injured shoulder and they just still handcuffed his hands behind his back. Now, ABC 7 News has reports that the San Bernardino County Sheriff Department says it understands his frustration, but the deputies made the right move. Really? We understand your frustration, but fuck you. Did they apologize? That's what I want to know. I never saw in any of the stories. I read like 3 or 4 different news agencies that were reporting on this, and I never saw where there was an apology issued to Jimmy Williams III. No, just, oh, sorry, we guess we got the wrong guy. Tell your story walking. I don't know, but Sergeant Mark Bracco of the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department was quoted as saying, our deputies have a heightened sense of awareness and safety the moment they know they're dealing with someone who could possibly have a felony warrant. Now, I understand that part. And I really do. No, look, they just had a law enforcement officer in Rancho Cucamonga that got stabbed not too long ago. They've had law enforcement officers across the nation that are getting shot at and shot. And while I know there's a lot of people that watch my videos that don't really support law enforcement, you have to understand that if someone's breaking the law, if someone's going to shoot at a law enforcement officer or stab a law enforcement officer, then I understand the heightened sense of security when they're going to talk to somebody that they believe is a felon. It's like Felipe Hemming said, we hold these law enforcement officers to an accountability. We hold them to a standard. But, when one of our activists or auditors or cop watchers breaks the law, we don't hold them to a standard. Because if somebody's going to stab a deputy or shoot a law enforcement officer, do you think if they're going to take your money, your wallet, your car, if they're going to do a home invasion, hi, I'm a constitutional activist, I don't support the police. Oh, okay. All right, you're cool. No, they're going to shoot and stab you to get your belongings as well. If they're going to do violence to a law enforcement officer, they're going to do violence to you. So I do understand the heightened security of dealing with these felons and having them interact with these criminals. However, Jimmy Williams III is not one of them. It's mistaken identity. And so their heightened security, once they figure out that's not the person they're looking for, I think an apology is in order. I believe so. Jimmy Williams III was quoted as saying, I have no control over your system. I don't feel I should be punished, detained, harassed, kidnapped, or assaulted based on false identity. I agree with you, Jimmy Williams III. And he does have legal representation. They are, what did I write here? Looking into possible solutions on how this can not happen in the future, how this can stop occurring. So, maybe some damages as well. Get some damages from the police for false arrest and for, his shoulder, for pain, punitive damages. So if you all think that you're safe and sound, well, I don't break the law, I'm safe and sound, I'm cool. Think again, because this could happen to anybody, especially with this identity fraud that goes on and identity theft that goes on. But again, let's go ahead and I'll put the link to the news story in the description box below. You can go and read the whole story for yourself. There may be a video there, I don't recall. But it's ABC7 that went out and interviewed him. But I want to get your opinions on this. I want to know what you guys think about this, that even though we're free Americans in the United States, we're not living free. We're living under the thumb of the government and law enforcement. We're living at the mercy of them letting us walk free and drive free on the streets. That at any time, anybody out there can say, okay, we're going to arrest this person. For what? We'll think of something. Or false identity, false arrest. You're the wrong person, but they don't care. Let me know what you guys think about that. News Now Ukaipa, keeping you informed.